What's up guys, Tim here with Undead Baits, and today we got a little bit different of a video. Now, I don't know if you can tell over in the corner left, but I got some lures that are almost done cooking. That's not what today's video is about. By the time you see this, will be in South Carolina, and I will be bass fishing. And believe it or not, for somebody who makes their own baits, I don't have a lot of tackle. I have a ton of crankbaits and jerk baits and topwater poppers that I make, but I don't have a lot of terminal tackle. I don't have a lot of, jigs and everything else. So I went to Dick's today to look for it, and I made a mistake. Guys, I'm going to admit it. I got suckered into the $100 6 cents bass fishing bait box. Now, it's not entirely my fault, okay? I looked and I could have sworn Dick's had them marked as $59, and I was like, hey, that's a decent price. I don't have, that much stuff. This might help me. And then they rung it up at the counter and it was $100. So, fool me once, shame on me, but actually also shame on 6 cents. Now, I have never, believe it or not, fished with any of their stuff before. I see them all the time in all of the tackle shops I go to and, sporting goods stores, and they look pretty cool. So what I thought I would do in this video is unbox everything that I find in this bait box, and then the next video will be of me fishing with that stuff down in South Carolina. So I'm actually making this the week before I'm going down, just so that way I get an idea of what's in here and what else I'm gonna need while I'm down there. Without further ado, let's get down to the bench, see what's in here. All right, so if you guys can see up in the right corner, it says $130 value with 10 to 16 items. So what I'm going to do when I edit this video is I'm going to go in on the left side of the screen. I'm going to start putting every item we get and how much it's worth. And that'll stay, on the video the whole time. So that way we can kind of see, hey, they're ripping us off. How many items are we getting? And then go from there. So we'll be able to track everything on the screen, and we'll also be able to track the price. We'll tally the price up, see if it hits that $130 value, and then I'll kind of give you my opinions on the things as we go. So let's not delay this anymore. Let's get this thing open. The only other one they had was actually already opened, which I thought was kind of sketchy. I meant to take a picture of it, but I didn't. Get ready. Get ready to get ripped off, probably. Alrighty. Well, right off the rip, I'm seeing something I like. So we got a 6 cent sticker. Yeah, who gives a shit? Boom. We have, what are they called? They're Prawn 4.2 Green Pumpkin Blue Swirl. It's an 8-pack. So right off the rip, this is absolutely something I would fish with. And believe it or not, while I was there, I did get some bandito bugs because I'm a huge fan of those. But the colors on these are actually super cool. They're not all identical in terms of the pattern. Some of them have blue on the outside and the pumpkin on the inside. And then this one has pumpkin on the outside, blue on the inside. But they are, I'm trying to see if it tells me how long they are. They look like, 4.2 probably stands for 4.2 inches, duh. All right, so boom, first product up there on the screen. Not bad. All right, so we have their Draw 6.5-inch glide bait. I don't think it's jointed. Oh, no, it is jointed. Suspending and slow sink. This is the 4K shad. Now, the colors on it are pretty nice. You know what? Let's open it. Let's take a look at it. I will say the packaging on this thing is pretty nice. Now, the thing that I really just don't like about 6 cents is, hold on. Damn, this thing's in there real good. I mean, I gotta give them kudos for their presentation. This thing looks great when it comes in the box. But the hook is really in there. All right. That is huge. Overall, the paint looks good. The finish looks really good. I'm not a fan of how they put 6 cents up at the top. I bet you guys can read it that way. I prefer having them on the bottom. I think it just looks a little bit more classic. But I understand if a fish, especially with a white belly, is swimming below it and it looks up at it, it could see that. But anyways, pretty cool. The thing I was getting on, they do this really cool thing where they tell you, oh, it's designed in Texas. And then you look in there, right there, made in China. Not that, you know, Chinese lures aren't good or bad. Just don't try to make us think that you built it in the US. Like, cool, you designed it here, but then sent it off to China to get manufactured. Alright, let's take a look to see how much these are worth. I think I saw these in the store and they were like 20 or 25 bucks. Oh wow, okay. So this is actually a $40 lure. That's a little crazy. Well, so far we're at $45. Let's pull the next item. So this right here, Ben Millicue's Hangover line through Swimbait. It's 6 1/4 inches long, and it's got a pretty big hook on it. Now it does say the rod should be heavy action and 20 to 25 pound test, or 50 to 60 pound braid. Now I'm not going to take this out, mostly because I don't think I would really ever use a bait like this. I'm going to give it away. Things I don't use in this video, I'm going to actually give away, and then anything that I put on the screen that I'm going to give away, they will be, I don't know, some different color. So that way you guys can see what you can win at the end of this video. So now let's take a look at the price. Alright, so this Swimbait is $15. So that brings our total up to $60. Cool. Alrighty, next thing in here is another set of crawfish. These are the Stroker Craw 3.3 inch. It says exclusive color, so I don't know if that's like exclusive as in it's only available in these bait boxes, but they're actually a pretty decent color. I'm a fan of them. It's got some purple, black, green glitter in it, and it's just a dark forest green bait. Now, I think we're going to be hard-pressed to find these online if it says it's got a specific or exclusive color. But, alright, so it looks like online these are anywhere between $4 to $5. Since they're an exclusive color, let's just round up and say $5. Alright, I'm trying to avoid kind of looking in because there's a couple of things that I want to save for last. We have a pack of Glitch 3.8 inch smoke green pumpkin. I don't know, these aren't like tattletales. I think they just might be like a finesse worm, like a different type of finesse worm. But there you go. It's a 10 pack, so I mean, you kind of get your money's worth out of that. Nothing really much to say about that. Let's take a look online. A pack of these is also $5. We're getting into some things that I would actually end up using, with the exception of this last thing, or this next one, I should say. Wow, that is bright. That is very, very bright. Now it's interesting because now, I guess their soft plastics are made in the U.S. Hold on. Those are made in the U.S. Those are made in the U.S. The craws are made in the U.S. And these prawns are made in the U.S. So their soft baits are made in the U.S. However, even this like swim bait, it's a soft bait, but this is made in China. And then this large swim or glide bait is also made in China. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. But we have these Bambusa 5.3 inch worms. Again, bright orange, not that much to say about it. So a pack of these is also $5. So they also, it looks like they have a color called merthiolate, but I can't really tell if it's the same color. Looks like more of a tan than these. But hey, these are pretty cool. I'm actually interested in throwing these and seeing if I get anything to bite something that obnoxiously bright. Now we get into some of the good stuff. All right. So now what we have here is the 100mm Speed Glide, made in China. Got it. Cool. Let's take a look. So they don't have these available in this color anymore, but they are $10. I'm not a big fan of jointed glide baits either, so I don't think I'm going to use this. I'm going to give this one away too. Now we're getting into some of the stuff that I would definitely use, to include this Crush Flat 75X. And I don't know why there's extra packaging with it, but this is their Ghost Pro Shad. So let's take a look. You kind of see it there. All right, so these are normally $10, but right now this Shad Pro is on sale for $2.88. So I'm not going to count the normal price. I'm going to count the sale price because that is what it is worth right at this moment. So, all right, the next thing we've got is the Crush Mini 25X. Now, as somebody who paints lures, I will say this is pretty awesome. Now, I know these aren't hand painted. They're just in a factory getting sprayed by machines. However, this is a really, really, really cool pattern. I'm a big fan of that. It's almost got like a perch, or sorry, like a bluegill kind of paint color to it, and I'm a big fan of the eye colors on it. But let's take a look to see how much it's worth. All right, so they don't have these on their website anymore. They have like 25 MD, which I'm assuming medium. I don't know. I don't really know what the MD stands for. But the 25Xs they don't have. We're just going to count these. Oh, MD stands for medium dive, probably. Because these medium dive baits, their lips are pretty long and pretty horizontal. Whereas this one is a little bit angled further down. We're just going to say it's $8. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we have the Thud half ounce 70. Now this thing is pretty badass. It looks like it's got size 2 hooks on it, but it's got some pretty nice looking colors, and made in China, of course, but it's called the Backwater Bluegill, which it's got some orange on the bottom lip, which I guess that's why they're calling it a bluegill. I like the colors. I don't like the design. The spray for the detail work is actually kind of dog shit. Huh. Interesting. Sorry, I just got distracted. So these all look like they're $8. All right, I'm gonna do some quick math and see what we got. Alrighty, folks. So, yeah. I don't know if I missed something. So that is everything. That is 3, 6, 9, 10 items on the nose. So they were right about the 10 to 16 items. However, after my calculations, that is only $104 worth of lures. Now again, even with the thing on sale, I'm trying to remember which thing it was. The Crush Flat 75X, not on sale, it's still $8. So that would only give us another $5, which would put us at $109. Now, I don't know where they're coming up with this $130 value. It is not. At most, these lures are worth $109. And honestly, totally not worth it. Out of all of this, there isn't a lure that, you know, I would look at and say, man, I would never fish with it. I'm glad I got it. I would fish with this lipless crankbait and maybe this Crush Mini, this Crush Flat, maybe. But I would never look at this lure and say, man, I'm glad I got it because I want to fish with it. I don't. These worms maybe are the only thing that I would, you know, say, hey, I've never fished a worm with that color. I'm glad I got it because I would never buy it for myself. I'm kind of not happy with this. I feel like I got ripped off, man. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with what I'm kind of getting to here. But man, I'm really disappointed. You know, if they're also, there's another sticker down here I just realized. But if they're saying that these 2 stickers are an extra, what, $20? That's what we would need to get us to 130. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, man. Again, some people might see all this and say, man, that's totally worth it, which, great. You could have just bought everything individually and, you know, only spent a couple extra bucks if you got every single thing. The point I'm trying to make is, like, if you just want a couple lures, go get yourself some lures. Don't spend the money on these bait boxes. Luckily, I have a little small, tiny audience who, you know, I can give some of this stuff away to. But if you're just out there and you see this bass bait box, don't buy it. You're better off just picking and choosing a couple things that you want to fish with. Well, that's it for the video. I don't mean to go super negative and all that, but not really happy. Now, this is the first like mystery box thing that I've ever gotten. I've never really been into buying like the bass box and all that other junk. But if you guys want to see me unbox those videos and kind of do the same comparison that I did with this one, let me know down in the comments which ones you guys want to see. Go ahead, there's going to be a Google Doc form just like all my other giveaways. Go ahead, get your information put in, and you will be able to win all of this. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's a little bit different of a video, but hopefully, you know, I save you guys from making the same mistakes I did. Again, I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. That way I know, you know, I'm doing the right things. If you guys want to see me do something different or film a different way, then, you know, just sitting there in silence and not telling me, I have no idea. So definitely open to suggestions in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support, and make today the best day that you can.